Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Nayaswami Padma, and I'm here today to bring you today's noon broadcast with the inspirations from the original teachings of Paramahansa Yogananda. I'm reading out of Swami Kriyananda's autobiography, The New Path. This brief excerpt. The master and his little group had visited a Chinese restaurant in San Francisco. The, quote, vegetarian meal they'd requested had been served with bits of chicken in it. A lady in the group, a prominent member of another religious organization, had stormed angrily into the kitchen and denounced the staff for this outrage. Master, the Dr. Lewis told us, considered an uncontrolled temper a sin, far worse than the relatively minor one of eating chicken. It's not important enough to make a fuss over, he remarked to the rest of us. Pushing the bits of meat to one side, he calmly ate the rest of the meal. This is really helpful for us to remember. There are many different aspects of life that it could be an example of, but in this case, it's an apt example about food. Being a vegetarian, people are often surprised. You're not required to be a vegetarian to live in the Ananda communities. It's not about what we eat. It's about what's in our hearts and our longing for doing our spiritual practices with others of like mind. So back to this example, certainly it wasn't worth making a fuss over this to the kitchen. We don't have to become so extreme in our beliefs around diet and food that we become angry if people don't accommodate us. Better, as Yogananda did in this example, just push it aside and eat around it. It's not going to kill us, it's going to hurt us less than any anger we might be stirring up inside of ourselves towards the people who greatly abused us by accidentally putting a little chicken on our plate. And this example is true for many aspects of our lives, remembering that ego transcendence is the goal, is the way to shed our likes and our dislikes and our opinions and our predilections and all those things that try to define us and separate us from the divine, which is unitive. And so with any aspect of life, it can be with race or gender issues, it could be with political passions, it could be about where we live and how we live and what our cultural interests are and what they aren't. Ultimately, those things are only superficial. They don't matter. On the inside, we're all the same. Yogananda used to say, once you take the skin off, it's the rest of us is all the same. We're made the same, and spiritually we're made the same, with the spine and the ability to raise the energy into the higher centers of our spiritual body, of our astral body. All of these things are what actually matter. And the rest is just not worth argument, liking, disliking, judging. All of those qualities will simply bring us down and away from God remembrance. So tolerance, flexibility, these are the things that we strive for spiritually. Joy to you, and we'll see you again soon. Bye-bye now.